Do you agree with BC suing social media giants for alleged harms caused on their platforms?
I do not agree in British Columbia, suing the social media platforms because at the end of the day, we all have free will and we choose to do whatever we want to do on each platforms. Although there are guidelines that prevent certain things from happening, I don't think they have the capacity or ability to completely eradicate wrong things from happening. People are people.
I don't agree with government suing any press, and to me that comes under the umbrella of press, social media. I'm a true believer in freedom of the press. Just because you don't like what you hear doesn't mean you should take legal action. Now, it's a bit of a fine line too. I mean, if it is, if it's truly against the law what they've done, I can somewhat understand it, but I'm a real believer in I don't like the press to be suppressed. I want the press to be free in Canada.
I'm sorry to say, I think that's ridiculous. People are going to say whatever they're going to say online. It's a total trash bin out there, and if we could sue everybody for everything they say, we wouldn't be living in the real world. So I kind of think that's ridiculous, personally.
Yes, it's totally out of control. People that are putting those things out, it's totally irresponsible. There's no control over it. And yes, if the British Columbia government can sue them and keep them from putting out harmful information, then yes, go for it. And other provinces should be doing the same thing.
When using social media platforms, you need to be aware of the inherent risks that come along with those platforms. So I don't think it should be kind of a legal pressing matter. I think kind of that platform should stand alone, and those using the platform should kind of know the risks.
It's an expensive way to deal with the issue at hand, particularly. I'm not totally against it, but I think it will be difficult to enforce. I think that how do you prove actual harm that the company was actually, contributed? Because they will have very good lawyers and very good defense. And, is that really the best way to spend our money to protect particularly young people?
I think BC should be able to, if a company is causing a public health issue, BC should be able to sue them for that.
I would say yes, because there's often no other recourse for families, and somebody needs to take responsibility.
Well, if the harms are detrimental to the populace, okay, that could be an avenue for them to pursue, but chances are it wouldn't work because it would probably interfere. I'm not a lawyer, with human rights and freedom of speech and all these other kind of things.
Go after those individuals, not the company itself. It's politics. So, I don't agree with EB saying what he said. No, he can't do that. I don't think he can. He just wastes more time trying to pursue it than you would, time and money. That could be better spent on social housing, trying to get people off the street. Like, we really need to get people off the street, not dealing with computers.
Yes, I would agree with that. Yes, they should be held.
What?
Because they simply have too much power to exercise in the absence of oversight and in their access to small children or teenagers.
I guess it really depends on the social media and what actions they've taken against these kinds of harms that could happen to minors. If they've taken action, they've tried to prevent it in legitimate ways, then I don't think they should be able to. But if the social medias have been willingly negligent in allowing minors through either advertisement or other forms to be harmed, then yeah, absolutely, if we can show that.
I don't know much about the case where they're suing those companies, but I do think it's good that people are trying to address the harm or potential harm that these platforms are doing to children, to young people. I have 2 young kids myself, and I know that it's scary to think about them engaging in these social medias. in ways that we never did when we were younger. So I think it's, important to look into it. I don't know much about the court cases though, so I can't really comment on that.
Personally, I think social media is a disease. And I think the more that you can keep your kids off of it, the better. But again, as far as making Facebook or Mark Zuckerberg responsible for your own actions is kind of lame.
They don't necessarily cause the harm, but you can make a case that they facilitate it by putting people who are being harmed into contact with people who are harming them, right?
I think so, because they have a responsibility to protect kids. Mm-hmm. And if suing them is a way to kind of beat them over the stick for that to happen, then I think it's okay. And besides, they're like multi-billion-dollar corporations, so they can pay up.